everybody, I'm back in Stockhill, which is my, safe to say, favourite woods. As I'm sure long-time viewers of this channel have noticed that I come here quite a lot because there's always compositions. I mean, I've already found one. I found a little toad just down the path. I took some photos of, I'll pop in some B-roll right now. The point of today is to get back out. I've had some recent life changes and I'd like to get back out into the world of photography, taking some nice woodland photos. My goal of today is to try and find some small details throughout this large woods. I've recently found a new photographer on YouTube, a lady called Courtney. She takes some really lovely detailed shots of things like mushrooms and stuff like that. So come along with me and we'll go and do a little bit of more Stockhill exploration. I am looking for some small compositions. Something, like I said, like some mushrooms, that guy little toad who I took a picture of, but just generally something a little bit more intimate. One thing I love to do in places like this is get away from the footpaths and get into the woods, otherwise you're going to miss all the cool things. Like I just saw a deer, military helicopter flew over, I saw our mate the frog from earlier, and these kind of places be potentially your kind of ankle breaky type places. However, there's something massively fascinating about these woodland. Might have found one. It's a sort of, I don't even know if I'm in shot. It's a sort of like yellow fire looking mushroom. So I'm going to frame it up around here, shooting in towards the sunlight to hopefully get a little bit of lovely kind of bokeh reflections from kind of lit up moss and wet trees. Hopefully I can get a decent enough, low enough angle for it, and with the lenses that I've got, we should be fine. Let's give it a go. Let's try and compose this beast. Right, I'm going to try and get the tripod low. As low as I can with this tripod. Now, upon editing the video, I realised with my tripod, I've had this tripod, I can't tell you how long, and I've only just remembered that it does this. So next time, I'm trying to take a picture of some mushrooms or something low, small details, that kind of thing, and I'm whinging about how low my tripod can go. Just remind me of this. I know you won't be there when I'm out in the field, but I mean, it is what it is, right? So. Now I'm going to use, and I use it all the time, but I'm going to use my 70-200, and that's because I can get the separation for the background. Now, one thing I always find that I do, always shot in portrait mode, which was fine, and it's great for the old gram, but let's face it, landscape is great. I love landscape. Wonderful, wonderful. Right, let's compose this, shall we? Now we're in manual focus, set to focus 1.2 meters. Hopefully this should be perfectly fine in focus. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on live view, and then I'm going to focus manually on the lovely flare of the thing. Now I'm going to zoom in on the lens as well. Let's just zoom back out. Zoom back out a little bit. Now, what I might end up doing with this shot is it's quite bright at the moment. As you can see, you've got quite a lot of light over here, but not that much light. I'm going to poke with this stick on the actual mushroom itself. Pop in back in that. Right now, so I'm going to expose, I'm going to increase the aperture. I think I'm going to go to, wow, its lowest aperture to get a nice bit of bokeh in the background, nice bit of blur. Right, and I'm going to take this shot, but you know when you take a shot and you're not overly convinced. Right, I have set this to a 2-second timer to remove any shake because I've got this on, well, 1/13 of a second, so. I mean, it's fine. It's not going to win any photography awards, but it's a start. And we all have to start from somewhere. Now I've changed my mind. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to look for a different composition. I don't really like this one. There's not much. The light's coming in from the wrong angle. It's not lit up. It's a bit too dark. We have found a mushroom. And when I'm saying mushroom, this is like quick, rapido. I have found the mushroom. Now, this isn't your normal run-of-the-mill, boring old kind of grey, white, brown mushroom. This is your Super Mario style of mushroom. Now, I may have to do one thing that I don't usually like doing, is messing with the scene too much, but there's a lot of sticks. There's a lot of twigs, which hides this beautiful, beautiful mushroom. Now, it has got a big bite in it, so some happy slug has had a nice dinner from this. But these are that shot. This mushroom is gorgeous. So let's clear up around him a little bit. Do a little bit of a mushroom scaping, if you will. This is what they say, if you remove the trim the leaves and bushes around the base, it makes it look a little bit bigger. Now I'm sticking to my 70-200 purely because, well, if I'm honest, it's a really nice lens to use. It's sharp, it's nice. Gives me that zoom reach that I do get with my 24-105, but I get that extra push into the 200. I'm not happy with it. It's a nice mushroom, but there's no background to it. It's literally just the green and a bit of brown. I've moved it, but I can't get close enough to focus, so I'm going to have to change lenses, I think, and go to the 24mm where I can get much, much closer. So I'm going to do that. Right, we've gone to 24mm. What I'm going to try and do is get close, get as low, if I can, get as low and close to this as I possibly can do. So let's give it a go and hopefully we can get composed, because I want to go and have a little stroll over that way in a minute. Now I've gone for f8, get a nice bit of focus on it, not too much depth of field on it, but it's nice, and 13th per second, ISO 100. because I've got that long exposure time. I don't really want to be increasing the ISO too much because it's quite dark. I don't want to lose the detail in it. Oh, now what I'll do with this one is I'll punch in a little bit further. I can't zoom in anymore with this lens. I can't get any closer with it. So I'm going to try that, get it nice and make the greens and the reds pop. Much like my lovely coat. Now this YouTuber, Courtney, who I spoke about earlier, she does take some fantastic photos, lovely long exposure shots, kind of around this area in the kind of Gloucestershire area, Gloucestershire, South Walesy type stuff. I love a nice bit of long exposure water, especially waterfalls, big cascades, all that kind of stuff. Annoyingly, there's not a massive amount of that where I live. I mean, there's rivers, but a lot of it is very, very still, calm, tranquil reens, little streams, but nothing really high, fast flowing water that allows me to get some nice long exposures. But she's been taking lots of nice photos and nice details of things, like I said, like the mushrooms and stuff. And it's quite nice to see that kind of level of detail, because for those that have tried it, taking photos in woodland can be quite tricky, especially if you've not got necessarily the weather conditions that you want. And sometimes you have to make do with what the sun and the weather conditions have given you. I am super bright. So that's it from me. I'm gonna head off home. I couldn't find any more compositions on the way back to the car, so I'm gonna sign off. So thank you for watching. I appreciate this video has been probably short. Haven't edited yet, but as I said earlier, or probably 30 seconds ago, you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? So hopefully I'm going to be able to get out again in the near future to take more photos and shoot some more video. With my previous job, I did a lot of that for work, but now I don't need to. It'd be nice to get back into it as a hobby again. You should go and check out Courtney's channel. I'll go put her in the cards up here or in the description below. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.